me, Tara Strong, aka Miss Minutes for Bama Geeks. I hope you're ready to watch, and if you don't, I will have to prune you. Stay on your sacred timeline.
And a very happy and good Sunday evening to you.
Welcome to the Sunday night hangout.
That's right, the delayed hangout.
Yeah,
we were having a lot of fun in our members only episode, so we ran a couple minutes over. So
a lot of fun translates to Kevin wouldn't stop talking about his vacation. I am so sorry, guys.
and me, my work trip.
Look, we were cramming a lot in there. So yeah.
We had a lot to discuss tonight. It's the first time all four of us have been together in a few weeks, so we had to get together and chit chat. So as speaking of chat, we've already got our buddy Ice Knight in here.
Hey,
how you doing, man?
Hello.
Appreciate you. Wait, hang on, what?
Bo's hashtag.
Yeah, Bo's hashtag. Burgers come with fries.
Yes.
If you'd like to know what that's all about, then I highly encourage you to become a member through our Patreon and our YouTube channel. You can do that by clicking the join button. The button below.
Just roll into it with a southern accent. I'm just gonna join the button.
Use that thing down there.
Yeah. So if you want to learn how to do that, you just go to BamaGeeks.com. BamaGeeks.com/join will also get you to all those destinations. But BamaGeeks.com, our website where you can find everything about us, and of course on social media at Bama Geeks everywhere. And yeah.
Ice Knight, Ice Knight said you take checks. No, we have considered doing a firm though.
Or as the commercials used to say when we were kids, no COD.
Yes, no COD.
Yeah. Cash, check, money orders, no COD.
Yeah. But definitely become a part of our Facebook group, Bama Geeks Front Porch. And of course, thank you as always, as we're talking about supporters, Jamie and Mike and Darnay and Jack.
Let's scroll.
Our longtime supporters. We thank you guys so much. And if you want to see your name on that list below, BamaGeeks.com/join. That'll take you where you need to be.
I still say we should get Uncle Joe's the top locker down there. So
yeah.
Uncle Joe's.
I'll tell you guys, spoilers though, those are the cool people. Those are the cool people.
So if you want to be
everyone here is cool, but they just like to see their name on the stage. Yeah.
So if you want to be a cool person, BamaGeeks.com/join.
You want to be the Miles Davis of Bama Geeks fans.
Yeah.
What to say? I mean, look, if you're a cool person, you're probably not watching us right now. So
that's true. That's entirely true.
But thanks for being here.
Yeah, we appreciate being here
on your Sunday evening.
Ice Knight says, "I'm leaving then. Screw you."
What do you take a check, man?
Poor Ice Knight's already torn up his check. All right.
I started writing it.
Then I screwed it out.
It's so funny. Like I said, it's still like, even though I'm from a generation that writes checks, it still baffles me now when I see people still writing them
in line at the checkout.
Yeah. Well, the weirdest thing about it now is you don't even have to write it. You just hand it the check and they run it through, it prints, and they hand it back to you. Like, dude, they don't even keep it. They're just like, we just need to scan it. Like, it's scanning like a debit card.
Yeah. I don't do checks.
Does it come out as quickly out of your account?
No.
Yeah, I think it's Well, I mean, they have to like process, and there's an extra check that goes in, but I think you still get it as quick because they literally just process like a debit card.
Well, that's like most of your mobile banking. You can take a picture of the app through your bank, and then it like deposits it. So
you don't even send them the paper checks anymore.
Yeah,
you just write void and then tear it up after a few days. Shred it.
Wow.
As long as they get their money, they don't care.
Financial discussion here on Bama Geeks. Yeah. Oh, okay.
Yep. Ice Knight says, yep, it's EFT. I'm assuming that's electronic funds transfer.
Yes.
Look at that. Mama taught me something. My mom was a banker for a quarter of a century.
Oh, wow.
Long before debit cards.
Well, I was a teller at a bank in previous jobs. So,
oh, yeah?
Yeah. I was
that's
a bank
right.
teller. Yeah.
That's right.
How
come we don't have more money then?
It's a bank teller.
Because she did her job, right?
Exactly.
Mr. Fraudster. Spent too much time in Vermont, sir.
It's kind of, your entry level position, so. Oh my.
Oh, we got somebody new. Look.
Oh no, I know who that is.
Oh, we know exactly who that is. Hi, Miss Verby. How you doing?
Hi, Miss Ruby.
Welcome in.
Sorry if you didn't want to be outed.
Oh.
We can tell who you are by your answer.
Well, it's yes.
Well, but she's not V for Vendetta, so we're okay, right?
It's wonderful to see you too. Thank you so much for joining us tonight.
Yes.
We'll just refer to you as Miss V from here on out.
Yes.
We'll keep you anonymous. We apologize. I apologize for that. Don't blame these three.
Oh.
That was on me.
Well,
We're guilty by association, whatever.
Yeah.
Jess, this is your chance. Remember all the times that he's jumped on you for like doing stuff.
Oh,
I know. I know.
Me.
Coming close to telling people where we live.
I'm the better person.
fussing at me for things that could get us demonetized, and
Well,
I mean, who would have thought I would have been the problem with the podcast, right?
the things we were talking about in the members chat would got us demonetized in Vermont.
That's why there's a paywall.
Yep.
And if you want to get in on that, anyway, we've already gone through that.
there's this. Yeah.
Oh my goodness! So we're as you've seen from the thumbnail for this. This weekend was Iron City Comic-Con here in Birmingham. As a matter of fact, Jess and I got home about an hour before we started streaming. All right, Miss Verby says that she doesn't care if people know who I am.
Okay, gotcha.
Well, there you go.
Oh, there we go.
This is a very sweet lady that we have gotten to know, and we love her to pieces.
Yep.
100%.
You've heard us mention on the podcast before our friend Caitlin, and this is Caitlin's grandmother.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she's been a Bama Geeks watcher for quite some time, according to Caitlin too.
Yeah.
So yeah.
We're so happy you joined us in the chat tonight.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, and everybody in the chat, you got things you want to contribute to the conversation, please feel free, throw it in there. If you're watching after the fact, leave us your favorite fruit emoji. We like watermelons and grapes and papayas, and
I mean,
Yeah.
you can also do poo emojis. That's fine too. You're okay. We've got
Cream
strong
chocolate
stomachs.
chocolate ice cream.
yes.
Yes.
I had some earlier today.
Yeah, Tillamook.
I do not look at that emoji and say that's chocolate ice cream. I will never.
Well, that's yes.
Fire emojis, because we're fired. Give us some fire emojis.
Are we really?
We are.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
man.
I
We're on
say we
fire
are.
tonight.
Don't be so negative over there.
Okay. Let's address.
Well, we can discuss this. Yeah, throw this in here.
Let's
Will.
address
Oh,
this.
oh.
Okay. Ice
Thank you.
Knight says, Jess, have you heard any news on Billy Joel after his announcement?
I just know that his concert is now canceled.
Did we discuss this last time?
No, because it happened.
Oh, this happened in
this past
between.
Yeah, this
okay.
is in the in between.
So yeah, if you haven't heard, Billy Joel has canceled all of his concerts, and for Jessica's birthday, I got her tickets to Billy Joel and Stevie Nicks in New Orleans on October 18th.
That show has been canceled.
But
I mean,
Billy, please, and I know Billy's gonna see this.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Billy. Yeah, we know you're watching, Billy Joel.
Yeah, all the way from Vienna.
Yeah.
We're very sorry to hear about your condition,
Mhm.
and we love you and just hope you get better.
Speedy recovery.
Very
Yes,
speedy recovery. We can't live without the piano man.
that's right. Hang in there with us, Billy. A little
Yeah.
while longer.
So yeah, unfortunately, my birthday gift to Jess is now null and void.
Well, not technically.
Well, that part with a cup is a great replacement for Billy Joel.
Do you know what this? You know what this cup meant to me?
I know how long it took me to find it at a decent price.
I know, right? And how I could never find it. So it meant a lot that you got this cup for me. So
Yeah.
I don't think she's put it down the entire time we've been streaming.
Yeah.
At all. I think when she
Yeah.
got up a while
It's been a
ago,
flex. It's been a flex.
yeah, I'm flexing.
I'm pretty sure it was still in her hand when she got up a while ago, and then she came back.
It
with
was.
So,
Yeah, because I had to refill.
Yeah. So yeah, unfortunately, we're not going to get to see Billy or Stevie this year unless Stevie makes a surprise announcement somewhere else close by.
Yeah. And this would have been, like I said, this would have been the third time for me to see him. So I have seen him previously. The bonus was just the fact that, again, it was going to be him and Stevie Nicks, who I've never seen Stevie Nicks perform. So
Yeah, I was hoping beyond hope that she would just turn that into a single concert for her. and we would have gone.
I mean, she could pull it. I mean, she's she's definitely got the caliber there.
This is two events we have tried to attempt to go to New Orleans for. Billy Joel, Stevie Nicks, and we were seriously considering WrestleMania because they had announced they were going to be in New Orleans next year, but
they got pulled.
Nope. So New Orleans doesn't want us right now.
Yeah.
I guess there's a reason. Maybe there's some reason why we're not supposed to go to New Orleans. I don't know. Or maybe this is God telling us that, y'all got to save up some money.
we're not conducting the proper voodoo.
I don't know. Something's up. So, oh well. What can you do, right? Nothing. You just, it is what it is.
So if y'all know of anything going on October 18th, that'll be fine. We're free.
Well, we're looking at maybe
we're
some possible replacements for
because guess what?
What's that?
The weekend after that, we might can do because Elizabeth Olsen's going to be at a con in San Antonio. And so now that's a consideration.
Seriously considering going to that.
Elizabeth Olsen is a bucket list meet for me. So now that we're not going to New Orleans, we can just keep driving past it and hit San Antonio.
Alamo.
Is that going to be like Homer getting the what was it, the bowling ball from Marge? Just like we're gonna go to the con for me, for you.
No, I want to meet Elizabeth Olsen. I would love to meet her. So,
I'm dying to.
Yeah,
that's a celebrity crush for me. She's numero uno for me.
Yeah.
So anyway, So no Billy, maybe Lizzie.
Maybe
We'll see.
Maybe Halloween Horror Nights.
We
don't know.
Maybe
we
gotta make a phone call.
There's possibilities out there for October. So who knows?
Yeah. So where were we before?
We were gonna
Iron City.
You had made the comment that we had just gotten in an hour before streaming from Iron City Comic Con. Yeah,
Iron City Comic Con here in Birmingham this weekend. Fun time. Really had a good time there. Of course, Tom Kenny, as the voice of the SpongeBob was there, and as you saw on the thumbnail. Also, we'll talk a little bit about after we got home from Iron City last night. Netflix dropped a whole bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
Netflix
opened the floodgates. Ta-dum.
Yeah. They opened it. So we're going to give you some thoughts on all the things that we took in last night after the con.
Yeah.
So where we want to start?
Bo had the best day ever.
Well, my son had the best day ever. It was the best day ever for me because of him. So
right.
So if you guys are if you're a long time listener of the podcast, you're very familiar with our buddy Andy Serkis. And Bo's adventure at Dragon Con a couple years ago, trying to get an autograph for a friend of Andy Serkis. Bo can retell that.
Oh yeah, basically it turned into someone I was like, I'll get an autograph for you, no problem. Which I like Andy Serkis. He's done a couple things, but it was like, but the problem was, like I said, the biggest thing was that line took forever. He was delayed on that one. But the thing about it was we were having lunch at Dragon Con. I had other plans, like I want to say over half of my day was took over that one venture.
It was.
And that was it aggravated me a little bit.
So that was what, 6 hours?
I think it was it was like 4 to 6 hours. And the thing about it wasn't like I hadn't it was like, they gave me the money and, I'd give it to them when I was there. They had already prepaid for the autograph. So I was like, well, crud, I'm committed to this. So, yeah. So I did that. Thankfully, which I used again. I had that little stool to sit there and wait. So, but now fast forward to this time, me and the kid, of course, Tom Kenny was their big guest, which I get it. I like Tom. I told while I get to him, but anyway, he's been been SpongeBob for over 25 years now. Think about that.
Yeah,
like SpongeBob is ingrained in people's cartoon culture,
multiple generations,
as a Bugs Bunny type character.
Yeah.
So we and the good thing about it, I didn't find out he doesn't do panels at cons because he wants to be at his table to talk to the guests. Like I think he left once to go to the bathroom. He left once for photo op and then like once to go to the bathroom.
Yeah.
That while we were waiting there, which we got in line, me and the kiddo was running behind, but we got in line. It was 11:30 when we got in line. And then his photo op was at 12, but it was like 20 minutes. So that I can't fault for anything else. But at the time, I think, let me see, I'll have to look back at our message. I want to say we got in line at 11:30 and it was 2:30, 2:45 after we finally got to talk to the gentleman, which I get it because he took his time with the folks. I'm not, it's not on the con, not on him at all. So this is not negativity. I've realized as now I've got older, about a 2-hour wait's about what I'm going to do in a line now.
And make sure you eat before you get in the line.
Yes. I had a biscuit at like 8:30 that morning. So by the time it was over with, I was very hangry and needing to go to the bathroom. But, once again, I didn't take it out on him or anybody else. Like, and like everyone in our line, it was just weird because like, even though for the time frame we waited, that was 4 hours from there, but they had an overflow line on the other side over there where there was other people at. So I knew for them, I was like, yeah, it took us a while, but I did the cliche dad thing. Well, we got a line just at the right time, We
made it just in time.
Just in time before you go to the restaurant and everybody else comes in. But it was good, but no, it was meaningful for the kid. That was the kiddo because that was once he saw Tom Kenny was there, I was like he's like I got it. He was excited about it because like we had I even showed it to Tom Kenny himself. We had a SpongeBob birthday party when he was 5. So I mean he isn't just like SpongeBob, of course, like with the memes and everything else. He's a genuine fan. So like I said, he talked with Oliver. Like I said, I talked to him for a few minutes, but he talked with Oliver. He talked to him a few lines, a few sentences in SpongeBob's voice. So Oliver got to hear SpongeBob talk to him. Yeah, which was really good. And he asked, he asked him about his age. No, he even like he said, oh, you're 4th grade. He goes, yeah. Oliver told him I'm 4th grade, going into 5th grade. Signed a photo with him, but this was one thing that was really cool. It's like how normally you do like the guest photos with the celebrities. It's like okay, everybody take a picture, boom, and go. But like they took a photo with me and Oliver with him. But then his handler was like, "Hey, just step out, and let Oliver have one with him. Just one." And that was his handler's suggestion, wasn't Tom? I mean, Tom would have probably said it anyway, but his handler, which is very rare in convention circuits, where the handler's handler's like, "Hey, you can do separate pictures, even though you paid for one." But they took a bunch on my phone. Which I'm glad. At the point I was like, I thought about doing a professional photo op, but I'm glad I did that instead. At the table. Yeah. And like I said, he talked to us for a good, more Oliver than me, but it was a good 15-20 minutes. So that's why the line was moving slowly. But he's being very respectful about it. It's Tom. Oh, go ahead.
Oh no, I'm sorry to cut you off. I was going to say they said that he was there well after the con was over with. He stayed. Yeah, Saturday.
That's what they said. He's notorious. He'll stay after the doors are closed. If they got in line for him, he'll stay there and talk to him, which that's amazing. Yeah. It's like for me, like I'd forgot about it. Like I didn't think about it. Like for me, my introduction with his voice was more the '90s era Nickelodeon, where he's the voice of Heifer the cow from Rocko's Modern Life.
Yeah.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. I didn't know that.
And then Dog from Cat Dog.
Okay. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Oh, he was in the Smashing Pumpkins video. Him and his wife. Tonight. You know that? Okay.
Yep. So. And then there's some movie I saw. It was on his table where he played a clown. What was that movie?
Was that
I want to say like Robin Williams is in this movie.
Shakes the Clown.
Shakes the Clown.
Shakes the Clown. Yes.
Yeah, Shakes the Clown.
See, I was unaware of this movie, so I've looked it up and I'm like, okay, I've added this to my IMDb want to watch list, so this will be watched soon when I can.
It is a dark comedy.
Mm-hmm. Well, then that's up my alley. That's fine.
I want to watch it now.
Yeah. It's Bobcat Goldthwait.
Yeah, Bobcat Goldthwait.
Julie
there was
Brown.
like I want to say it's Adams. Speaking, we're going to talk with him here a little bit about him, Adam Sandler. I want to say it was like various funny people.
He is in that. Yes. Oh, yeah, he is.
This is from that IMDb. Yeah.
Yeah, and Robin Williams is a mine, so it's it is like one of those quirky 80s comedies, a little bit borderline dark comedy kind of thing. So
I wonder if it's kind of falls in line with like Death to Smoochie type thing.
Probably close to it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's I haven't seen it in years, but yeah, I mean it's good.
Well, see, that's fallen under me. Like, there's so many movies from the 80s and 90s that I didn't know about or wasn't aware about it. Now I'm reached that point where, like, not many. Once again, that we go on this tangent every time, but I'm trying to find stuff from the time frame back then of movies I didn't watch or overlooked at. Now I'm watching.
It's on Tubi. So yeah, there you go. Tubi's got all these little quirky little offbeat movies. Yeah, and free.
Yep.
So dog
having your plans.
Doggo.
Anything can happen live.
That's right. We're live, people. Anything can happen. So somebody had mentioned that too about the Shakes the Clown thing, but I had seen other people's pictures posted that got to meet him too. And yeah, they were kind of like, if the parents were there, they would do like one with the parents and the kids. And then he'd do one with just the kids too. So yeah.
Yeah, that's like I told him. I said, I remember watching SpongeBob. It premiered the fall after I graduated high school. And then, I'm like, now here I am with my 10-year-old son, Yeah.
I mean, it was, I watched it even before I had a kid.
Yeah.
And
it's especially the first. Yeah. It's like one of those TV shows. Like, to me, like, I think it's don't get me wrong. I don't blame the guy. Nickelodeon's they're still making money off of it. Don't blame them. But like, I think I enjoyed it after the first 5 to 8 years or whatever you want to say. Yeah. And then after a while, I'm like, but I still watch it. It's funny. I laugh at it.
Yeah. That's, I had, like I said, watching it even before I had, my son. And then of course my son that just turned 21, y'all, I am the mother of an adult now. This is a little bit freaky.
Full-fledged adult.
Full-fledged adult now. I mean, there ain't no going back now, buddy. You're 21. But we had SpongeBob bed sheets. We had SpongeBob plush. I mean, we had SpongeBob toys, and it was just part of his growing up too, his childhood.
It's one of his first few years. It was huge. And like I said, I'm glad for it. Like I said, I'm glad for him because like he used to be like, I'd bring him to these conventions and like he'd be like, no about it. But I think now like now we've done like, it's amazing. Like for him, his first few convention experiences, but like especially these last two, and then 1 year he's met Weird Al and now Tom Kenny, SpongeBob. I'm like, man, you've accomplished more in your first 10 years of life than I have in the probably last 15 years I've been doing these conventions. So I mean.
Yeah, it's big. It's a big time. It's a big deal.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, like I said, his big, and then like I said, now you guys will bring it up. Like I said, I outside of Tom Kenny, I went and saw to the good Reverend Devon Dudley.
Yep, that's right.
I had to get a photo with him. Like that's me. Like I said, now for me, like wrestlers are like a good highlight for me going to conventions because it's that like the other celebrities are cool, but now like the wrestlers, because like I've watched these guys for a long time, and still watch them. That's like I was telling Devon, I was like, man, I watch some of the current stuff, but I watch more old stuff than I do new stuff. So
well, they're celebrities too. They're actors the same. I mean, it's just the way it is.
Well, I always tell like for me, like before, of course there have been the comic book movies before, once the comic book movies have kind of been ingrained in culture. To me, wrestling was the living comic book, if that makes sense. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It was growing up as kids and then growing up through life, it's always, wrestling it's its own, production. It's its own theater. Yeah. It's good versus
athletic
evil.
Theater.
Athletic theater. Yeah.
Athletic theater. Yeah. Baby face and heels, good guys, bad guys. It's the same thing. Same premise.
Yep.
I was like, we were standing back while you were talking to Devon, and, of course, Brock and I were going, he's like, somebody get the table. Get the table.
Come on, put both through the table.
Put both through the table.
Both through the table.
I was just going to tell him to get up on the edge of the table, and I'd just say, what's up to me. That would
have been. Yeah.
But now that was cool. It was good to talk to him. And of course, the funny thing about it, I paid for it with my card. This is like for any wrestling fans. You get the reference. But of course, I have a text message that I have a receipt from Devon Dudley. For those not in the non-wrestling universe, a receipt's like when you do something in a match where you like legitimately hurt them, or like they don't pull a punch. Well, you get what's called a receipt, so you're going to get something back at you. So that's kind of cool now that I can say, hey, I have a receipt from a wrestler, just not the non hurting one, but I have a receipt from a wrestler.
That's right. Keep that forever. Keep that moment saved forever. Yeah.
I got it screenshotted. It's going into the photo files. So yeah, that was that is for me because like I said, I would have liked to have gone back today, but I just unfortunately being an adult, I had other things to take care of, so that's why I didn't get to come back and do the second part of the day.
There was no chance of rain today. You had to get the grass cut,
Exactly.
correct? Yes. Gosh, the rain. I don't know about y'all, but man.
Yeah, Birmingham has had the second wettest May in its recorded history.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Bo had to take advantage of a dry day to cut the grass.
Yeah,
So
because like the way my days roll and rotate, I got to, it's
we
I
pay
came
it, guys.
back and there was a clear spot for like 4 hours, and I
Mm.
managed to get the mower out there. Let me tell you something. It had just stopped raining. It just gave me just a little bit of time, and I was gone in 60 seconds, drifting on my zero turn because I don't have as much traction. So it was like it end up in my backyard looks like a Picasso painting. So it's like because of all where I was drifting around and everything. I was like, you know what? It's cut. I'm good.
Yeah. It's not pretty, but it's done.
It's done. It's done. I'll deal with it later.
The window of opportunity opened. You had to jump on it.
But you know what, guys? At least we may have had a ton of rain, but at least we didn't have cantaloupe-sized hail like Texas did.
Yeah.
See that?
Yeah, it could be worse.
Man. Those things probably sounded like bombs dropping whenever they were falling. That was nuts.
Yeah.
I think I've ever seen them that big. That's crazy. But yeah,
So
it's been raining crazy amounts.
Mm-hmm.
So as you were cutting grass, we had the Fast and the Furious Alabama Drift.
Yes.
Sorry.
Yeah, you're good.
Yeah,
But
you couldn't.
But y'all guys con break,
Our con was really good. I was on a work trip to Burlington, Vermont all week. If you really want to hear my thoughts on Burlington, BamaGeeks.com/join. That gets you into the member episodes later this week. Burlington was great, but my flight was delayed. I was supposed to get home Friday night, and instead I got home at 1:00 on Saturday afternoon. I had to spend one more night in Vermont, which was not a bad thing. It's gorgeous up there. But got home at 1. We quickly ate lunch and then got to the con, what, about 2:30?
Yeah, a little after 2.
Yeah, a little bit after 2, something like that. And so we immediately met up with our buddies, Brian Maddox and his wife, and Doug Vincent was there, and Ducky Nelson. These are members of our Alabama Ghostbusters group. They were there, so we got to hang out with them for a few minutes. But then we decided to go ahead and just run on in and take a look around. And because the one guy that, I mean, like Sean Astin was there, and I've never met Sean. Jess has, and I really wanted to, but he had a long line, and I was going on 4 hours of sleep. And by the time we got to the con, it was already a 12, 13-hour day for me, because I had to get up at 2:00 on Saturday morning to catch my flight to get back home.
Yeah. Half the day was already over with.
Yeah, I was dead yesterday. But we got in there, and so the one guy that was a must meet for us this con was WWE Hall of Famer Lex Luger. He just got into the Hall of Fame this year. Lex, just go back and watch some of his old stuff. Lex had a physique like you wouldn't believe.
Yes.
He was ripped. He's a good wrestler. He was a football player that stumbled into wrestling. But and then really had a rough go of it. Got heavily involved into drugs, and started dating Miss Elizabeth, who was the ex-wife of Randy Savage, Macho Man. And unfortunately, while she was with Lex, she got involved in drugs, and she OD'd. YouTube, please don't demonetize us for talking about this subject. This is just a recap.
Yeah, this is just a history. Yeah.
But so, and he really hit some bad times in his life, and a lot of people still to this day do not forgive him for what happened to Miss Elizabeth. And
he's even said, understandably so. I mean, he understands that, and he accepts that. That's just the way it is.
Yeah, and he has completely turned his life around. He is a very vocal, devout Christian,
Mhm.
and has really he during this time something happened and he just became paralyzed,
Mhm.
like
Yeah.
out of nowhere,
Yeah.
and so he's very thin now and in a wheelchair.
It's
And
just it's strange because like if you like I said, you go back and look at him, he was this massive man.
Yeah.
He was
yeah,
just ridiculous, and I mean
ripped.
he looks healthy, but he's
Mhm.
just not what he was. That's the
Yeah.
shocking part. If you haven't seen the guy,
I mean, he lost all that muscle mass.
Yeah,
and
Yeah.
a
then
lot
just,
of it.
Yeah.
And
Mhm.
so he's turned his life around, and he's working with Diamond Dallas Page, doing his DDP yoga, trying to regain his strength
Mhm.
and trying to get back to where he can walk again. You know, he can now stand,
Yeah.
you know, which is amazing. But it's just his story is fascinating.
Mhm.
Just highest of the highs to the lowest of the lows, and on the upward swing.
Yeah.
And so we had to meet him. That he's a guy I've admired for a long time, uh, just because of his story and all. And he was fantastic,
Yeah.
just a delight to talk to. We got to talk to him for a few minutes. There was nobody else in his line when we got to him, so that was beneficial.
Yeah. Gave us that extra time
Yeah.
to spend with him, and yeah, just a great guy.
Mhm.
It's nice. He made it a point that, he, like Brock said, working with DDP for the yoga, doing the yoga, and was able to, he had hoped that he was going to be able to walk to the podium for his Hall of Fame, when he was uh, inducted into Hall of Fame. I think he kind of had a small setback, but he was able to get up, and he made a
stood.
point that he was going to stand. He was going to make it a
Yeah.
point that he was going to stand at the podium to accept his Hall of Fame. So
Yeah, and his best friend is the wrestler Sting,
Mhm.
who we got to meet in April back in
Yep.
Huntsville. So got to meet two best buddies,
yeah,
just by about a month apart.
two greats in the wrestling world there.
Yeah, two legends.
Mhm.
So, but he was the one who we really wanted to see, and then we walked around the vendor area, which Iron City had a really good vendor area
Yeah.
this year.
yes,
Really,
they
really
did.
did. A lot of Bo, you picked up some really cool like vintage magnets.
But-
Mhm.
yeah. Well, they're magnets, but they're all old video game covers. Like
Yeah.
I got for myself, I got one of Silent Hill 2 and Dead Space. Oliver picked out it was Pokemon. I got Animal Crossing for the missus, and what was the other one? A Kirby one. So Kirby's important to mine and Oliver. So that
Yeah.
was one of the games we streamed a lot. But yeah, like I said, it was like they're little magnets, like they're a little bit bigger than this sticker here, just a little bit bigger than them. But they look like they're old video game covers that they transition well.
Yeah.
But that's
Mhm.
Dude, I hate I didn't get the vendor's name. They had some minifigures, Lego minifigures, but like I said, it was really cool. I like that. There was I didn't really look too much at the older toy stuff, but art there was a lot of good artwork there as always. I mean,
Mhm.
Yeah, we bought one thing from the vendor area this time. We just collect, like what we've mentioned before. We are slowly getting out of a lot of collecting, just because tiny house, too much stuff.
It really has to really just knock our socks off at a
Mm.
con for us to
Yeah,
walk away with something right now. I mean, because you've got a lot of, you have a lot of vendors that's stuff that they make that they have done, but of course you do have the booths where it's like, yeah, you can buy that online. You don't have to purchase that, at the con. So I always look for stuff that's unique, that you just can't go, purchase. You can't go online to purchase or whatever.
yeah.
You know what I
and
mean?
the-
Like mass produced stuff.
yeah, and the thing we bought, we're not going to reveal because this
Oh.
guy might show up in the stream in the chat, and we don't want to reveal that we got it for him.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm going to give it to him at lunch tomorrow, which tells you who it is if he's watching.
Hey, looky. Who
Look,
is
there's
here?
Rookie,
Look, it's Rook.
our buddy Rook. Rick says he's absolutely obsessed with magnets these days. I get stickers from local shops, stick them on magnet paper, then slap them on my car. No one's stolen them yet.
Yes,
I'm-
but make sure you take them off before you go through a drive-through car wash, or they will all be gone. And I know this from experience.
I'm kind of curious what kind of stickers you got on your car. What kind of magnets you got
I
on your
don't
car
know
now,
if we
Rick?
can say that in the chat.
Is it okay to discuss?
Don't
in the
encourage
chat?
him.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. So we don't want to reveal Rookie's location.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Keep that secret.
Hey, Rick says, Cav, that's why I started doing magnets instead of stickers.
Okay, well, let me put it this way: stickers don't go away unless you intentionally want them to fly off of your car while you're in a drive-through. Which, I mean, I'm not going to dissuade you, but I'm just saying stickers don't come off whenever I go through drive-through car wash, but magnets do. I have lost them.
Yeah.
That they're not doing their job.
So, I mean, Rook, if you're using that as a way for you to kind of just get a refresh, then sure, yeah, man, I'm all. I mean, it's a really weird way to do it, but okay.
Yeah, and that's what he said. He said, I mean, if it means I get
There we go.
stickers.
Okay. I mean, that's creative as I would think you are. So yeah,
that's a very rookie thing to say right there.
That is.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
and some random guy that runs the car wash is getting new stickers too. So I mean, that's good, right?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, if you're paying for the car wash and he's benefiting from it.
Yeah.
There we go.
Rookie,
That's
have
actually
crossed.
a really fun idea, though. I've never thought of getting like magnetic tape and then putting the stickers on that. That's actually really cool.
Rookie, you have crossed my mind a couple of times this weekend. I just want you to know that. And
Yes.
especially with the fact, with Bo and Oliver, meeting Tom Kenny. There was a time we were at Dragon Con one year. And I mean, he was just relentless with the SpongeBob quotes. And of course, here I am, whenever I get around him, I can't help but just, laugh hysterically. So yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, we'll have Rick on here one night with us. And you guys will understand exactly what we mean when about how funny he is. So
okay.
All right. Firmly grasp it. All right. So
we're gonna have to mute Rook here in a minute.
Oh, but yeah, so we bought one little thing for a friend. There were a few things I did want to pick up, but at the same time, it's like, like I said, we've really pulled back on our collecting and trying to save up for to get out of this city.
Maybe think. I thought about we could talk about something of the years of me going to conventions. I got to experience for the first time. Apparently, someone pulled the fire alarm.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. We had to evacuate the building.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, we're from what the understanding was that somebody pulled the fire alarm because I mean there was nothing on fire, and apparently it wasn't that serious because we saw the fire department drive by in front of the building and look, and they're like, okay, and then just kept on going.
Yeah, the fire truck went completely past, like,
I just want to know what they did with all the people probably standing in Tom Kenny's line. I hope that everybody got lined up back accordingly to their spot because they were making
I would
everybody.
hope so.
They were making everybody walk out, and he had the biggest line. Probably of anybody in the convention.
He was number one.
He was number one.
Yes.
Oh, Smitty.
references I don't get.
Yeah. It's a
SpongeBob was well after my generation.
You should still watch at least the first season to kind of get it because it's funny. There's some. I get it, but
Brock
still,
I'm an anti-SpongeBob.
He
person.
has a firm stance on this. He will not budge.
SpongeBob is one of the most annoying characters I've ever seen.
Yes, but the pirate at the very beginning of the song is cool.
Well, that's what's his face?
Well, firmly grasp this.
What?
That was
the jellyfishing.
That was in the
episode,
jellyfishing. Yeah, the jellyfishing episode. Yes.
Where are you going from?
What?
What
happened? What are we doing?
I'm talking about Brock. You lost his train of thought.
Why am I forgetting his name? The guard in Clancy Brown.
Clancy Brown. Yeah.
Clancy Brown. Yes.
Yeah.
It's Mr. Krabs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry. I love Clancy Brown because of the Shawshank Redemption.
Well.
So.
I mean, he's good as Mr. Krabs too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's okay. I'll take your word for it.
Okay. All right.
I'm not watching SpongeBob. Refuse. That is that is a lifelong commitment of mine, is to not
Okay.
watch that show.
Okay.
Apologies.
He stands firm on that.
Very.
I get it. I get it.
He's firmly grasping. He
Brock,
stands
you were
firm.
cool, and now you're totally uncool.
Yeah. And that's
God
okay.
damn. Don't you want the pirate that does the theme song? God.
Oh,
Okay.
Thank you. Ice Knight says SpongeBob was after my time. I agree with Brock. Thank you.
If I didn't,
It's just an age gap.
You
That's
don't
all it
have
is.
to. Well, you don't have to watch it to appreciate its effect on society and media. And
yeah.
stuff.
Oh, I like
That's
some of
kinda
the
how
memes.
I am.
I like a lot of the memes. You know, Rook says hashtag millennials, which I am not.
yeah, yeah.
You
We
got Gen Xers and Zennials in here, okay?
Yeah. Yeah. We got,
There are no millennials in here.
Oh, but yeah, after the fire alarm, we all went back in and just hung around at our Alabama Ghostbusters table. Had a great time. Meeting people, a lot of good interactions, and
Yep.
then it was a tiring day for everybody because after the con on Saturday, we went to go eat pizza
yeah.
with Bo and Oliver, and about 3/4 away into the meal, Oliver lays down in the restaurant, just passes out in the seat.
Poor Oliver. He was.
His sleep schedule is so out of whack because he is out of school and he's enjoying it. Like the amount of times he's done gone to midnight after bed after midnight or whatever. Like I was telling these guys, I was like,
Summer vacation, man.
I had to go to work the next morning. I get up at 4 a.m. So I'm like, go to sleep when you go to sleep. I'm going to bed now. So
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm
and his
same
mom
boat.
works night shift, so she's kind of up too. So it's I'm the day walker of our family, I guess. I don't right now.
Oh, but today was a good day at the con. We got there about a half hour after it opened, and go ahead and tell your Zach Galligan story, Jess.
Oh yeah. So Zach Galligan, who played Billy in Gremlins. Gremlins, we've talked about it a couple of times, I think, on the podcast. You know that is, hey, 1984. That was one of the best years in the 80s for movies.
And just for fun, we wore our Ghostbusters shirts today when we met him because Ghostbusters and Gremlins released on the exact same day.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, Gremlins
It's kind of funny because wasn't Goonies the same year? Wasn't Goonies 84?
85.
85. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That came shortly thereafter.
Oh. By the way, if you're in the Birmingham area this Friday night, they're going to show Goonies at the Alabama Theater.
Yes.
I have never seen Goonies. I'm going to go see it for the first time at the Alabama Theater. And we were going to have Gary Jones from the Alabama Theater on tonight, but he's got a prior commitment tonight and wouldn't make it in time. So
Uncle Gary's busy.
He's going to come back on though. Gary will be back with us. We just couldn't get him in time for the Goonies.
Yeah, which is perfect. I'm so glad that Brock's getting to experience that. So
we got to get our tickets.
Yeah. So yeah, we got there today, and I just was real curious. I looked on the website for the con, and they didn't have his price listed, Zach Galligan. So I was like, oh, let me go check it out. Yeah, the dude was only asking $50 for a combo, meaning the autograph and the selfie. That's cheap. That is a cheap price when it comes to cons, especially for combos. And I walked back to the table and I informed Brock of the price, and I said I have wanted to meet him, and that is the price, and I don't think I can walk away today without taking care of that. So we went and met Zach, and had a great interaction with him. Thanked him for finally coming to Birmingham so I can meet him, and told him the infamous line. I told him, I said, "No, you hear this all the time. It's a commonly used phrase, I'm sure, when people meet you, but this movie, Gremlins, was such a big part of my childhood. It stands as one of my favorite, it is in my top 10 favorite movies of all time." I told him that, I I said, I know that there's an ongoing debate about Die Hard being a Christmas movie, but I stand on that Gremlins is a Christmas movie. I was like,
Oh,
and
well, yeah.
I will watch it at Christmas time. So he was like, yeah. He's like, no, totally. He said it has been, decided that it is part of a Christmas movie, collection. So yeah.
Yeah. And Ice Knight says, I would love to have a gremlin stuffed animal.
Mm-hmm.
Ice Knight, check Target. And Zach had one.
Yeah.
Check Target in the NECA action figure section. I've seen those there recently. So
I wish that
which gremlin though? Which gremlin?
Well, they've got Gizmo, but I don't know about
Gizmo's
Gremlins.
He's not a gremlin though. He's a Mogwai.
Well, I don't know if he's just referencing the movie or not.
Okay.
I will.
That is true.
I get all purist here over here, and I'm like, which gremlin are you talking about? Because you're not talking about the one that looks like a Furby, because that's a Mogwai.
Of course, I've seen there's been bigger ones, like they have like a life size of Stripe, and I can't think of the girl gremlin from 2. I've seen those.
Greta, yeah.
Greta.
I don't know if y'all can see. He's got his own little gizmo that he brings to cons to have pictures with. So, yeah.
And that photo has been liked by the infamous Roberto Suarez.
Yes,
of course, of course.
Okay, Ice Knight says a green gremlin to sit on the bed. Okay, I've never seen an actual gremlin stuffed animal.
Let's see. All right.
They made
great.
But they've made the really big ones though. I mean, I know he's talking about stuffed animal, but yeah, they've.
Rick says, I see gremlins merch at my local Target all the time, as well as my local horror shop.
I mean, if you're gonna get a gremlin, you got to get, what was it, Spike?
Yeah,
Stripe.
Stripe.
Yeah, Stripe. The main villain, the one that always usually pops out first.
He was
whenever he gets wet.
Yeah, he was the leader and met an untimely demise at the end.
Hey, Rook, speaking of your local horror shop, we might like to see that sometime in the near future.
We'll
talk.
We'll be in touch. Anyway, so. But yeah, I'm so glad I finally got to meet him. Like I said.
Rick, how near? We'll talk. We'll get with you.
But yeah, I'm glad I've made the decision to do that. I wish that I had. I didn't really, think about it till we got there, and if I had, decided, before we had left today to do that, I would have taken one of my little. I found all the collection of the books with the little record in the back.
Oh,
that
yes.
they did of Gremlins
from Hardee's.
Yeah. So I wish I had thought about that, and I would have taken him to have one of those signed.
Yeah, we've got all of them in
mint condition.
These things are just beautiful.
Yeah.
They're pristine.
So I checked off another bucket list item of childhood memories today by meeting him, and So, and other than that, we just stayed at our table today. So
had a great time. Absolutely great time. So next year, if Iron City Comic Con returns, highly recommend it.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's good for a good day con. But 2 days this time.
Yeah.
Great. Absolutely great.
And I just keep seeing and them, getting bigger from the time from where they started up until now. So the growth has really been there for that con, and it's good, to have those things in Birmingham for us. So
you guys may not believe this, but I actually had every intention of going to that con.
Oh man.
I had plans, and then surprise, because this idiot doesn't check his calendar very well, apparently. I am on call this week. So I am literally on call, so I can't really get too far away from the house in case something happens. So I'm on call this week, and I'm not on call until tomorrow. So I was like, can't do a con because we're gonna be gone most of the day doing that. So that's
adulting.
That's adulting for you. Yep, exactly.
Yep.
So maybe next year we'll see.
Yeah, hopefully so. We do have Magic City Con coming up.
Yeah,
in July at the Hyatt, the Regency, at the Galleria.
It's still the Winfrey. It's still going to be the
Yeah,
Winfrey.
still the
It's
Winfrey.
always the Winfrey.
Yeah.
Always the
Well,
Winfrey
man, you
Hotel.
just pull it up with Google Maps and put in Winfrey, and it's like, I got you, bro. I know.
Yeah. I know what you mean. I got
Yeah,
you.
it's also the Google speaks into that place that used to be such and such, you know.
Mm,
I got you.
yeah.
Oh, so hopefully we'll all be able to attend that in July. Should be good. So, wow. All right. So we mentioned that we would discuss Netflix and the things that they dropped after the convention yesterday.
Yeah.
So go ahead, Jess.
Man, we got home and I started I opened up, Facebook and was just going over some things, and then I see somebody post Stranger Things 5 trailer. I was like, hold up, hold up, it's happening. I'll be like Michael Scott. Oh, it's happening. This is
Yep.
Stay calm, everybody. Stay calm.
And then she ran up a hill.
Oh, listen to me. Thanks. So I was like, okay, hang on. I said, I'm not watching this on a small phone screen. We got to turn the TV on. I got to get a full screen on this. It's
Wait,
happening.
let me make some popcorn.
Like I said, everybody, it's happening. Stranger Things 5 is finally happening. We got dates. We know when it's dropping. So
the kids are 35, but it's okay.
Yeah. They're all in their 40s now, but we finally got to this point. So that goes without saying. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we watched that's just kind of like a little bit of teaser out there, but they're giving us the dates. November, then Christmas Day, and then New Year's Eve. So
your holiday plans are set.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I know what I'm doing. Merry Christmas. We've opened the gift. Now it's time for Stranger Things.
Yeah, Netflix says
Happy
Netflix
New
says
Year.
they're closing theaters left and right. So
Yeah.
but we got you. We got
That's
you.
right.
Just stay home and watch Netflix.
You've opened your presents. Now it's time to check in our little friends from Hawkins. So not that so we had I will admit that I was on fire Stranger Things when it first came out, first season, the second season, and then I fell away and I didn't go back, and until Brock's daughter came to us and was like, I really want to watch Stranger Things. I was like, okay. So I went back, started from the beginning, and her and I went through.
She and I.
Thank you. There I go. We went through because at that point it was.
Listen, Mr. Here telling everybody's names.
Listen here, the Saurus boy.
Yeah, this is
her life.
This is
It's a sad existence with me and my idiosyncrasies.
This if I have some flaws, it would be in this area, right? The way I speak.
I try to help.
So anyway, okay. So when she had expressed this need to watch, they were already done with season 4. So we went through the entire thing, and my goodness. And then when I was like, Brock was hanging back. He didn't go through the entire journey with us. And when it ended, I could not wait for him to get back, he had to see the final. I mean, it was just like, it was all I could do. I was just like, this is amazing. That last season, just, I mean, I can't even, I don't think I can properly describe the way I felt watching that very last season. It was fantastic. And they knocked it out of the park big time. And then it's like, then the weight set in. So forgive me, y'all. I might seem a little crazy right now, but I am so beyond excited about this.
Well, we 3 years since the last season?
Yeah, dude. It's been, I mean, it has been like a time. I cannot believe it. So we got that. We also got our first peek of the next season of Wednesday. They showed the first 6 minutes of the next season of Wednesday, which is it's already off to a good start. And then Squid Game. Yeah.
Cannot wait.
So all these things that I've just been jonesing to get back to watching, to get back involved in, and then, sad that they're coming to an end. This is going to be the finals, for Squid Game and for Stranger Things. So, and then Happy Gilmore, the official trailer, the official trailer for Happy Gilmore 2. I know we've all want to kind of want to touch on that a little bit. My goodness.
First of all, it's already hit me in the golf fields when John Daly is in there, and they're already off to the right track there because I'm mad I didn't think about that from the beginning there. So
yeah, they have loaded this up with the cast and the cameos. And
you ruined my life.
The good thing about it is one of them legacy sequels. It's some people are like, I hope they don't ruin. I'm like, no, don't take this movie seriously. Like it's take it for what it is because it's going to be it's going to be nods to the original, but I think like don't take it seriously. Enjoy it for what it's going to be. It's just going to be fun.
Happy Gilmore wasn't a cinematic masterpiece anyway.
I beg to differ, sir.
Look,
I'm gonna smack you.
I have it rolled up somewhere. I need to find it. I actually have the poster of Happy Gilmore. This shows you how long it is. I got it from one of our local video stores, but it says own it now on video cassette and laser disc. So that tells you how.
Whoa!
Stop.
Yes. Yeah, so
I saw it on Laserdisc at one of the thrift stores I go to.
That tells you how much time has passed since Happy Gilmore, but but no, it also like they didn't give away too much of the movie, but it's fun. Like
yes, but you clearly know where they're going with it, and what's going to be the subject. He's getting his groove back.
Yeah,
right? And it looks like it's going to be really good.
I mean. And also, if you're a wrestling fan,
there's at least 3 guys wrestling there.
Right.
There's MJF, Maxwell Jacob Friedman is all over that trailer, and then Becky Lynch is in the crowd shot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. And apparently, Bad Bunny is his caddy.
Oh, that's right.
That is Bad Bunny. That's what we couldn't figure out.
Oh, that's great.
Oh, okay. Hey. Okay.
Yeah, and Rick said, "Rip
and Morris the Gator."
They better do a in memory of Morris the Gator. Okay.
Yeah.
If they don't,
they will.
And
I have to. He's
I know.
Waving like Abraham Lincoln.
Yeah, exactly.
Well,
they're gonna.
But at the same time, we get Huel from Breaking Bad. He's like he plays his son,
Chubb's son.
He's also his head cut off.
I love that. Huel rules.
I know, right?
Some Gorilla Glue.
Yeah, and he's having his daughter play his daughter in the movie, which is just only fitting. Yeah.
So good.
I'm looking forward to this, and then of course,
Christopher McDonald back.
Yeah, Shooter McGavin, he's one of the best bad guys ever.
Shooter is the best.
I think he probably has the top cameo on Cameo. Well, cameo.com when you go to do cameos, you just get Shooter to say something.
Yeah.
And I think he's pretty much existed on Cameo since then.
It's like there's always been that great image of meme. It's a picture of him and Tiger Woods together, and the captions is the world's best golfer and Tiger Woods. I mean, that's the thing about it is, like, for me, like, all I can think about, even though I see him as Shooter McGavin, it always goes back to me from Star Trek Next Generation when he was captain of the was it C? Yeah.
No, Rachel Garrison was captain.
Yeah, Rachel Garrison. Yeah. He was but yeah.
He was there.
Yeah. I gotta rewatch the Next Gen coming up. Yeah, he was first officer of the sea. That's what it was. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm really looking forward to that movie. That's and
I kind of I hadn't thought about it in a while. Then that trailer hit, and I'm like, oh heck yeah.
Yeah, because they announced it, and then they did a teaser a while ago. And then they just hit the trailer. That's huge.
Yeah,
I wonder what location Adam Sandler convinced them to let him go to, because he used to do family vacations, and he would strategically do movies
to film it
where he wanted to go.
Yeah,
so that the studio would pay for it, and they would just go and do family vacations.
Yeah, I never know. We'll find out.
Let's see.
yeah.
Hold on.
Yeah, I mean, it was like last night I was like, Netflix is just the gift that keeps on giving right now.
Yeah, I was trying to
all
open
this.
up a package that I had gotten while I was at my work conference, and I was sitting there trying to open it, and she was just from trailer to trailer, and I threw the box and the box opener down. I'm like, fine, let's watch all these, then I'll get to what I was wanting to get to.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Kev. I see you got something you want to say.
Facebook is being dumb, but I don't know how well you guys can see this, but
Oh yeah.
you guys say that.
Now I can tell you all these things.
Nursing home will never be the same.
Now I have to say, I have to give Netflix. They had a good weekend, but I'm gonna tell you, Hulu threw me a little gem this weekend that made me so happy, and that was that trailer / introduction of the King of the Hill revival.
Oh my gosh!
Oh yeah,
That. Oh, good. Okay,
and the
yeah, you brought
intro.
that up.
Oh my gosh!
Yes.
And then they got somebody. It's back to play Dale, right? Not Dale.
Yes, he's.
Yeah,
I think
Dale
he'll take over. I forgot where at in the show the voice actor passed. I don't know if he finished the whole season or not, but he's going to take over. But
yeah,
that's huge. And now Bobby's grown, that's going to be super cool.
Which is funny.
Them just right, you know.
Yeah. Well, what's funny is like we're rewatching. Like it's got me rewatching it, and it's good thing about it. It's rated TV PG, so there's a cool thing. But like Oliver's been watching it with me, and he's enjoying it so far. So
yeah.
Well, Bobby definitely looks like a young Cotton.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
In this one.
I mean,
I want to know what an older Hank Hill sounds like now. That's going to be interesting.
Well, see, there's jokes to him like they thought he was like his Bobby's grandfather, like in the first season. So, because I saw one of the comments, they're like, "Wow, they aged Peggy, but Hank looks the same, but Hank's always looked old." That's one of the jokes.
Yeah.
Naked Bobby.
Yeah.
I mean, you can ask Brock. There's times where I've just got King of the Hill on, and it's just going.
It's wonderful.
I mean, the OG voice is what Beavis and Butthead's
neighbor,
was it Mr. Anderson?
Mr. Anderson,
yeah, Mr. Anderson. Yeah, I remember that, and I was like, wait a minute, he just reused the voice. I mean, why wouldn't he? This is freaking Mike Judge. I mean, God, he has done so many good things.
Ricky says that they released some footage at a con recently, and thankfully, everyone sounds pretty much the same.
Okay. Good.
Yeah. That's good to hear.
Good.
That's good to hear. Yeah, I'm definitely interested in catching the backstory of them moving away from Arlen and returning and all.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because that's one of the good things. Somebody slow down all the frames, and you get to see all the stuff that's changed.
I bet that his boss asked him to like open up an expansion to the propane dealership, and then they moved, and then it fell through, and they came back, or like he owns it now or something. That would be cool.
One of my favorite things, just for being on point with character with Dale, though, but they show where they're all wearing masks for COVID, except for but it's under his chin. That is so par with Dale. So,
so this is what is said as the synopsis: is that it picks up years after the original series concluded, with Hank and Peggy Hill returning to Arlen, Texas, after a stint working in Saudi Arabia.
What?
So apparently they're trying to get the Saudis to buy propane instead of, I guess, oil. So
he said Bobby, now 21, is living his best life as a successful chef in Dallas, while the other familiar characters of Arlen are also navigating their lives.
At least it's not Houston, right? All right.
Well, no, Dallas is great just because since I'm rewatching the first season, and where Peggy went to Dallas for the state boggle championship, and he was talking about how bad Dallas was.
Yeah,
he lives there.
Yeah.
Her and Bill went to that. No, that wasn't. My bad. I'm thinking of the little the pyramid scheme thing that they got involved in. What they were selling, and Bill.
That don't surprise me for Bill either.
Yeah, Rick says if you watch closely, you'll see that Bill is the first person to start coughing. Then in the next frame, they're wearing masks. So Bill is patient zero.
leave it to Rookie to do a frame by frame of the trailer already.
Yeah, if you can find the clip where somebody slowed it down to 1/8 of the time, it's and watch all the things happening. It's pretty fun.
Well, some people were thinking Bill died of COVID, but I don't. That's not.
I saw where somebody had speculated that he got depressed and went into a funk because Hank moved away.
Yeah.
Well,
they said too. Somebody said that he's living with Con. So.
Oh Lord.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Oh, redneck neighbors.
Yeah.
I just hope it's great. I mean, I'm really looking forward to that. I loved King of the Hill.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it was Phil. Rick says it was Philip Clark that did that footage.
Nice.
Credit
Credit
to
to
Phil.
Phil,
All right,
our
thanks,
buddy
Phil.
from Tennessee.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sweet. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I'm glad you mentioned that, Bo, because that's
Thank you for
could
bringing that
easily
up.
be overshadowed by Netflix dropping all their stuff, all their goodies,
We're
dropping
just-
their goodies.
Yeah, we're just getting a lot of goodies right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
And,
there's been a lot. There hasn't been much that's intrigued me, but now it's great to get stuff out there that will. And it's,
So we might actually start watching something other than wrestling here pretty soon. With all
yeah,
this stuff
Well,
ramping back up.
we've also finished the season of Oak Island, which surprise, they still haven't found anything.
Yeah, they still haven't found treasure.
Sorry.
There will be another season. Yeah,
Curse of Oak Island.
Brock loves Oak Island.
I do love it, but I've now gotten into the Oak Island subreddit where I have been complaining about some things about that show for a while, and I don't know who watches it, so I'm not going to do a deep dive. But the subreddit, I found it the other day, and people in that are complaining about the same things or making fun of the same things that I'm making fun of.
Yeah.
The same people on that show. So
I agree with me.
I have found my people on that subreddit.
Spartacus has arrived.
What's that, Bo?
I have no idea of Oak Island, so that's why I'm trying to figure out what this is now.
It's called The Curse of Oak Island. Apparently, you know what? Google it and read
Yeah,
about it,
yeah.
because there's supposedly some buried treasure from the Knights Templar somewhere in Oak Island.
Well,
Nova Scotia.
Yeah, in Nova Scotia. Yeah.
on an entirely unrelated thing, I didn't get to. I wasn't on the podcast last time, so I didn't really get to say. But I finally sat down and finished the last season of Better Call Saul. I had not finished it, and I was like, you know what? Mostly, and I will tell you this very guiltily. The reason I did it was because I needed completion because I wanted to see if it was better than Andor. Like the last season of Andor, and I know Jess is like, "Oh my God, here we go. He's going to lead into Andor." No, I'm not. I'm not. I promise.
We're going to watch it. I promise.
It's not. I'm not. But I wanted to compare them. And I will very easy. Straight with you. I say Better Call Saul is better than Breaking Bad. I agree that it is. That final season was an absolute freaking masterpiece, especially the last couple of episodes. My God.
Yeah.
Just that final shot of Kim leaving the place and him being there and just his whole conscience, his whole, his conscience caught up with him, and then he actually did the right thing. And I was like, man, this is like a Hallmark movie now, but with violence. It's amazing. I really, 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 really enjoyed that, though. That was that, and then of course, I'm afterwards, and I'm like, well, now I finished the season. Now I'm like everybody else, and there's nothing else.
What do I do?
We gotta wait for what he's gonna do next, and supposedly he's got a project he's working on, but it's not gonna be, Saul or any of those other characters. So I was like,
man.
Yeah, Better Call Saul is a gem of a show. You've got to stick it out through that first season.
Yeah, I was gonna say, again, that first season is kind of rough.
And it
you kind of
probably won't hit as well if you don't watch Breaking Bad first.
No. Oh,
you have to watch Breaking Bad first.
I'm still behind. I still got to watch both. So
and my daughter, I keep telling her that now that she's close by in college, but you really need to come sit down and marathon Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul with me. She will not do it because her ex-boyfriend turned out to be such a non-favorable person to her.
It's ruined her.
But he talked about it all the time, and she doesn't want to watch it because he wouldn't shut up about it. And I'm like, you're doing yourself such a disservice. But your dad won't
shut up about it either, so it cancels out. Come watch it.
Yeah,
that's funny because like when me and Kevin were at the Filter concert last time, which I need to bring that up with you. Sorry, I didn't mean to get off topic, but we'll go back. Either way, there was a band that someone I dated was a big fan of the Deftones, and it kind of ruined that band for me for a while. So then finally now because apparently whoever did the playlist before the bands went on was a huge Deftones fan because 5 songs would play, 2 of them would be Deftones. So I wouldn't complain, But that ruined that band for me. So I understand where she's coming from there. But it'll get better in time.
Well, no, it was even better because after that, there was the third opener for Filter came on, and they sound like Marilyn Manson. And I'm like, I had a previous relationship where Marilyn Manson was ruined for me, so there we go.
But since you're here with me to share the story, I had that small video, but I'm talking about that whatever stagehand for that band that had the microphone stand for that guy. Yeah. He worked his butt off at that concert. So
this dude kept throwing throwing his mic down, and he insisted on only using a mic that had a cord on it, and he was slinging it around. And that roadie was like, that dude was he needed a raise. Like he was part of the act. Like it was that much on stage. Yeah, it was pretty awesome.
Yeah, sorry, I didn't mean to derail it. That hit me randomly.
Yeah.
No, that's just what
we saw that. We saw the video you shared with us about about the.
I needed Kevin to kind of back me up on this because it was something to be seen.
Bubba's over there looking in amazement. I'm just laughing my rear off because I'm like, this poor guy. He's like literally he has to pay attention because this other dude just keeps throwing his mic around, and I'm like, and I'm sitting there. I don't know if it's just an age thing now, but I'm like, that's just not necessary, dude. We can hear you perfectly fine without you throwing crap around the stage. That dude is working really hard. Why are you being a jerk?
That was us being extra old because this was after this was from earlier where we were very ecstatic where we had a table to sit down the whole concert to enjoy it.
Bubba comes in there and like, bro, I'm going to grab a table. Yeah. So we grabbed a table up top and we're just sitting down like, yeah, man.
I was going to be standing the whole time, but we had a nice table and all that. We sat up there and had a drink or two. We were good.
Yeah. What are you crazy? We can't stand the whole time. No.
Yeah.
Table. Yeah.
So hopefully you'll get her to watch it eventually, Brock, because that's Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul.
I'm trying.
That is some of the best cinema, and I will honestly say that it probably edges out Andor overall, just in the fact that I mean, were we talking like 2 seasons versus like 11 or like 10 or 11? Way more content, way more exposure, a much slower burn overall. So I would say it's almost an unfair comparison because number one, they're like 2 totally different things. It's almost like apples and oranges. But also, had Andor had the original intent where it would have been like 5 or 6 seasons overall, then that probably would have been a better comparison, honestly.
Yeah. We will get to Andor very soon because I am now off the road. My entire month of May, I was traveling everywhere. Mm-hmm. New York, Vermont, Florida. So a lot of traveling. So now I can actually sit down this summer and not travel anywhere. And
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to get to it soon. That's a promise we've made to you, and we're going to honor that, especially after hearing all the rave praise for the second.
It's not just Kevin being a Star Wars nerd. It's actually really, 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 really good.
Yeah, and now I'm really anxious to see it. So we will.
And we get to see some Andy Serkis with
come on, Bo. Come on, Bo.
Bringing it all back, baby.
It's past. I'm good now.
And probably the best thing, other than of actually seeing his face, is the best thing he's ever done.
Yeah.
Of actually like FaceTime with him. That's the best part he's ever done. It's so good. It's so good. Oh my God. I wish I could go back and watch it for the first time again.
Yeah, we've definitely seen the outpouring of praise on that second season.
Yeah.
So
well, all right. We are hour and a quarter into this. You guys got anything else or
something here? Because I see that but how we always have it pulled up here. I'm watching on the Twitter and no one ever chats on our Twitter, X. So I'm curious. I'm gonna see if a chat comes through since now that I know I can chat while we're talking here. So I'm gonna see does this work? Yeah, there it is.
Yeah, look at there.
Hey. So the X people just don't like us. I got it. That's cool.
Yeah.
Well, no. I'm just curious. We haven't had nobody chat on X, so I was just curious if it worked. So
nice.
Yeah, we've got quite a few viewers watching because we're streaming through X and YouTube. So we got quite a few people. We can see how many's watching. It's quite a few of y'all, and we appreciate you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks for being here and hanging out on Sunday nights. Like I said, this turned into
Yes.
Sunday night hangout with friends for a
Yeah.
little bit. So
That's the way we like it. Wish we could do it more often, but we enjoy every couple of weeks with you. But,
give us about 15, 20 years when we're all retired, we can,
ooh.
And if you're
Hey.
one of those types that still likes the Facebooking, we
Oh,
got us a
man.
front porch you can come over and hang out.
There you
with.
go. Go ahead.
Absolutely. So we're going to go ahead and wrap things up. Just remember, you can visit BamaGeeks.com to find out more about the podcast and see the episodes, listen to the episodes. You can find us on social media everywhere at Bama Geeks. And as Kevin mentioned, we've got the Bama Geeks front porch. If you want to search us out on their Facebook, that, shows you nothing but pages and ads instead of your friends' feeds anymore.
Yeah.
Well, they did put a friends tab in there now, so you can.
I don't care.
Yeah.
They should have never monkeyed with that. And I know what you're doing, Zuck. And it's not good.
Yeah.
I want to see my friends.
I want to see my friends. I don't want ads.
I want to see my friends natively, not ads.
Yeah.
Oh,
Huh?
We got
I
us
say
a
Miss
chat.
Miss Verby right here.
She says, I've been listening and enjoying great show. I am retired,
Yeah.
so now I can listen.
Sweet.
Awesome.
There you go.
I will.
Congratulations.
I've only got a handful of years before I'm eligible for retirement, but I'm probably not going to because, little lady over here has a lot longer to go than I do.
Yeah.
So, yeah, might as well keep working,
Yeah,
making
there you
money.
go.
Something to do.
Won't hurt.
Yep. But again, thank you to our top Patreon members, Jamie and Mike and Darnay and Jack. We appreciate and love you guys. Thank you for your long-time support.
Mhm.
And if you want to jump on that train with them, all you got to do is go to bamageeks.com/join. And that's where you can find that info. Never required. We'll never beg for it, but it's there if you want to. We just appreciate the love and support, whether you're a paid member or whether you're just watching and listening. We love you
Absolutely.
and thank you for that
Yeah.
so much.
Thank you.
So with that, thank you to everybody who's joined us in the chat tonight. We've had a wonderful time with you, and we'll do it again in a couple of weeks. For Bo and Kevin and Jess, I'm Brock. Have an absolutely fantastic week. We'll see you next time.
Bye.